with everything that's going on, you're trying to figure out when are they going to get their next win, and it's always plus 2.5. It's plus 8.
10, 12, 13 some nights.
And then I think what this one opened up at, Pistons were like plus 1.5.
Yeah, it was close to a pick 'em.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the line shifts and you're like minus 2.5. Oh, what's going on? They're favored. And then you look and you say, okay, their top 2 scorers are out. 4 of their top 6 scorers are out. This could be the night.
This is, and people are starting to get excited. I saw Wojo on Twitter. They're going to do it tonight. I know Valeni yesterday.
He picked them.
They're going to do it tonight. Tonight's the night. Guys, I've been telling you, 2-80's a real thing. Do you need more convincing after last night? Are you ever going to get a better chance than last night? Utah sitting key players. Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, their 2 leading scorers. Utah, they played the night before. They played 3 and 4 nights. They're gassed. They don't have any legs. They don't even care. And they win anyway. The Pistons led 0 minutes in the second half. 2-80. Sounds dumb. Sounds impossible. Nobody is that bad. I present to you the Detroit Pistons. And, John, I think people are fed up. You heard the sell the team chants last night at the game. People are fed up with this basketball team.
Well, in the month of January, because I've resigned, they're not going to go 2-80. All right, I'm calling you on that one.
I don't know what more would have to fall in their favor for them to win than what happened last night.
Well, things can happen, and they have more talent on this team than a 2-80 team.
Agreed.
So at some point they're just going to dumb luck into one, right? It's when you're playing pig and in the backyard and your kids just they pull one out and
he's on fire.
Yeah, they just can't miss. All right, that they're going to have a can't miss night, even more so than Cade had the other night with the 40 points. But
Cade, yes. That's the other thing. Cade had a big day. Didn't matter. The other team sat half their team. Didn't matter.
Giannis gets ejected. Doesn't matter.
Jokic gets ejected. Doesn't matter.
Hey, they didn't play Murray in that game either. Didn't matter.
All right, they're at Utah. That's a possibility, even though they just lost to Utah at home. They play Washington twice in the month of January. Once there, once here. And I get it. Trust me. Hey, they did this before. We thought they were two-win teams coming in. That was the chance for the Pistons. It will always be a chance for the Pistons. They've got San Antonio they have legitimately 4 opportunities in the month of January, because you're looking at it going, okay, Golden State not going to win at Golden State. Denver probably not going to win at Denver, even if the Joker gets ejected again. Milwaukee twice, not going to happen. Like, there's times where it's just not going to happen. But there may be more. I'm just counting 4 legit opportunities. Okay. Charlotte, there's another opportunity.
Are you
5?
Are you rooting for the losing at this point?
No, I'm never rooting for a loss. It's not in my DNA. However, there's always this morbid part of all of us as human beings where, like, we don't want to say we want to watch the train wreck, but we can't look away. We're sad when we see an accident on the highway, but everybody wants to see what's going on. There's always this little dark part of every human being, the morbid curiosity that you just kind of want to see what it would be like, what it would feel like, what it looks like.
They are an oddity at this point. It's like a circus routine. You're like, come see just how bad this NBA team is. I think there is that morbid curiosity. I also think there's a little more intention behind some of the way fans feel. They want shame. They want change. Mm-hmm. And they feel like, if the Pistons were merely one of several bad NBA teams, they could kind of skate by unscathed. But because they are this level of laughingstock, not just locally but nationally, because this is reaching historic levels, 1 more will tie the single-season record. Yeah. 4 more would break the all-time record spanning multiple seasons. People are rooting for that.
They need to find something. Even if it's the Major League. It's the
statue,
the statue
Jobu.
or the poster board cutout of somebody.
Tom Gorse.
That's not motivating. But
we will put a piece of clothing back on Tom Gorse.
Yes. There you go. He starts out, you're going to do Major League in reverse. Please make it stop.
You had fans there last night. I've seen people say that fans should stop showing up. The ones that did show up made their voices heard. Can we play a clip? I know we have a couple versions of this. Greg, whatever one is going to be the easiest for people to hear, go ahead and play it. Sell the team, sell the team, sell the team. Maybe people think it's possible. It's not. An owner's not selling a team. It's a license to print money. It goes up in value. I think all you're hoping to do there, though, is to beg for something to happen. Vocally beg for ownership. Pay attention to us and this team. It's gotten so bad. Do something.
Beg for involvement.
Yeah.
That's just, hey, we want the owner to show or at least speak, recognize the struggles, the anxiety, the misery that we are as fans having to be put through.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of change. Like you would think at this point, Troy Weaver would have already been fired. And that doesn't instantly turn around a season, but it's called accountability. It's your fourth season. It's your fourth season. Someone else should try to dig out of this. You're only going to do more damage the longer you're here.
We heard that he was not in danger.
Right.
That he was going to be allowed to try and dig out of this. Is that the same as we always get this, in college and in the NFL, the vote of confidence? Well, I give the vote of confidence, and then all of a sudden, a week later, you're fired. Like that seems to be the pathway to removing a coach in the NFL or in college football, the dreaded vote of confidence.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten anything public that would qualify as the vote of confidence, but
is that the NBA version of it? Hey, we're going to leak this out that we're giving him the quote unquote vote of confidence.
Yeah, I read in The Athletic, it was James Edwards III. He had said that no, Weaver's not on the hot seat. That was a mailbag that he did. And then he also said that the Pistons were in the market for a forward, which implies someone's telling him that they're shopping around trying to trade for a forward, and that's terrifying. The idea that Troy Weaver, who does not know how to assemble a roster.
But it's terrifying for all of the forwards in the NBA. Oh my gosh, you're going to trade me to Detroit?
No, please, no. And then I saw it was, and maybe things are changing with yet another embarrassment, but I saw Amori Sankofa in the Free Press say the same thing, like Weaver wasn't going anywhere, at least not for the moment. Well, things need to happen to show some level of we recognize what this franchise is and has been. This is one of the most historic winning franchises in the NBA. They have won 3 different NBA championships. That's more than 2/3 of the teams in basketball. They are known for playing with effort and tenacity. And last night they gave up 50 points between turnovers and second chance off offensive rebounds. They are known for going to work, and now it's more of a quiet quit. We had the bad boys, now we have the very bad boys. You have spit in the face of this proud franchise with this level of losing. And somebody has to step up and say enough's enough, or you aren't the franchise you've been historically. You are the once proud Detroit Pistons when you let this restore. If this is a restoration, John, if Troy Weaver thinks this is a restoration, come on.
Yeah, the rust, you can't stop the rust. That frame is bent beyond repair.
Right. You got the mismatched doors on the car. This is no restoration.
You got 4 games left in this calendar year.
Yep.
2 against Brooklyn, 1 on the road, 1 at home, Boston on the road, and Toronto. Who's your best shot?
Here's the best shot. The other team's bus doesn't start. And they can't make it to the game. And they have to find a group of local, like YMCA kids to play opposite the Pistons. And even then, I think the Y kids might be favored by 2 or 3 points.
So they're going to set the record.
They're going to lose 29 in a row to end the year, going into 2024, starting in January.
And then they're on the road 4 times to start the month of January. At Houston, at Utah, at Golden State, at Denver. What I'm getting at is, when does this end?
Yeah.
When is when is there a logical opportunity for this? Because
there's not going to be a better chance than last night. Like, for the rest of the season, I don't think they will be favored again in an NBA game this season. I mean, it would make the case for them to be favored that last night, and it was only by 2 points, and they lost. If I'm an odds maker, I'd never make this team a favorite again the rest of the season. Utah's missing half a team, and it didn't matter. At home. 248-539-9797. You want to jump in and talk about this basketball team, you can do so. We've been talking Lions most of the hour, confidence going into the Minnesota Vikings matchup, and whether or not you've accepted the destiny. Stafford in Detroit for a home playoff game. Lions looking to break all the curses, slay all the dragons, exorcise all the demons. It's 97-1.